What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are here for the Golden Bachelorette Men Tell All recap. Really, obviously not a lot to really recap here, debate, discuss about, whatever. Just going to go over some stuff and some takeaways from the episode this week and previewing before we get to Joan's finale next week of the Golden Bachelorette. Before we do jump in though, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Golden Bachelorette content. Obviously we got the finale next week, and then come January we'll have the Bachelor season. A bunch of other stuff on the channel too, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. Now jumping in, first off, I love how they did this for most of the episodes this year as well. Charles L. admiring the Men Tell All set before we get things going. We saw them do that a lot with the house as well, the guys. But they take a fun, emotional look back at the season and the connections that all the guys made. They all kind of harp on that, how, they were all super close and still remain close to this day. But so Michael actually reveals that he was diagnosed with cancer earlier in the year and got the all clear from his doctors to go through this amazing experience, and, says that he'll be okay because they were able to catch it early. Glad he's going to be okay and was able to have this experience to help him through a difficult year, it sounds like, obviously. We catch up with Jonathan on the hot seat. Really emotional moment looking back, which something we didn't see, where Mark had put a sticky note on his coffee cup in the morning saying, "In case I don't get to stay, place the sticky note on your mirror." And the sticky note said, "I am strong, I am interesting, I am handsome, I am deserving, I am enough." Emotional moment there, looking back on that. Obviously something we didn't see during the season. But Mark is up next on the hot seat, and emotional look back at his journey. And all of these guys, it's an emotional look back too, but especially the instance with him recalling and us seeing the scene again of the hummingbird, reminding him of his late wife, Denise, showing up at the house. And, that was emotional to look back at as well. And I really hope that he gets the opportunity, if he wants it, as a Golden Bachelor. And I think he will if he really does want it. But Charles L. is next up on the hot seat. It was an emotional and fun look back at Charles L.'s journey. His daughter is there and saying he exudes confidence now after this experience, that they recently went to a wedding, and when the dance floor opened up, he was out there right in the middle of everyone dancing. I think they actually put a little picture up there on the screen showing it, so that was cool. And a girl from the audience jumps in and says, "Charles, you should be the next Golden Bachelor. But if not, my mom's single." Glad to see them bring in a chorus group from Los Angeles to sing the Mansion Men song. Shout out to that original from this season. But Pascal coming on the hot seat. Obviously, he was the most recent person to leave Joan's journey, but talks about learning from these guys and about knocking down those walls and being emotional. His son even thanks him and, for setting an example for him to be vulnerable, getting rid of that, male stereotype, like you can't cry, you can't be vulnerable. He thanks him for setting an example that you can be vulnerable. Joan joins the stage, and all the men are able to kind of individually go through and thank Joan for what she meant to them throughout this journey. Jonathan reveals that he met someone since filming ended and since he's been back in the real world. Then we get to bloopers. They never disappoint. And as we said, the conclusion of Joan's journey is next week. They're in Bora Bora. Both Guy and Chuck love her. It seems pretty evident there. But we see Guy say that he intends to ask her to marry him. Chuck wants to spend his life with her as well, so that checks out there. But we see her knocking on one of the rooms. Is she showing up for a date? Is she showing up for, kind of like the last chance date? Or what? We see her talking with Nancy from the Golden Bachelor, who obviously was there for the first part of the finale as well. It's good that Nancy's there, but seeing her say that she, feels unlovable, I think that's, we kind of heard her say that at the end of last episode after Pascal went home. So I imagine that this is possibly at the beginning of the episode. As we said, after Pascal leaving the end of last episode, we saw those were kind of the emotions that she was having. Then Jesse asked her to, give us a sneak peek or a preview what we can expect. And she said it's an emotional, a lot of tears, but she said there are some happy tears. So hopefully Joan gets a happy ending next week. We'll be here to recap the finale next week of Joan's journey here on the Golden Bachelorette. But that'll do it for this one. I know this was a shorter one. Obviously, Men Tell All, not as, much or dates or, stuff to talk about here. But just wanted to give a quick recap for that. But we'll be back to talk about the Golden Bachelorette finale next week. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.